So, to all our viewers, I've mentioned in the starting there's a surprise segment, and here we are coming with a rapid fire round.
All right.
Okay, I've got a couple of questions lined up, and I'll be shooting at you, and I want like quick answers.
Okay.
So if you had 1 minute to pitch Chauffeur to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Chauffeur is the best company that you can be running your Teslas in. It is the only company which matches your brand power. You should be investing in Chauffeur.
Wonderful. If you had 10 crore in your bank account today, what's the first non-business thing you would buy?
A holiday.
Biggest jugaad hack you have pulled off as a founder?
Biggest jugaad hack.
Yes.
I don't know. Too many manual things. Like we just do a lot of stuff by hand instead of doing it properly.
So if you were a VC for one day, which type of startup idea would you reject immediately?
Would I reject immediately?
Yes.
If a founder has no plan of making money.
Okay. One app you secretly hate but can't stop using?
Instagram.
One book that changed the way you think?
The Goal.
Okay. One Indian entrepreneur you truly admire?
There really isn't one.
Okay. So the final question, and the context is the startups, Gurgaon or Bangalore?
Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Easily.
Wonderful. So coming to our last segment, that is concluding and closing remark. So if you are 20 years old today, just starting college or thinking about your future, what's one thing you would have definitely done differently?
I would have learned how to sell better.
Okay.
Right? Like I was a very good programmer. I was good at technical stuff, but I didn't quite spend time learning how to pitch things, how to sell things, how to convince others, and so on. I would try and get better at that for sure.
So what's one small habit or interest that helped you grow in your career? Something students can learn from doing it starting from today?
Uh, Try and understand how things work, right? Like, and this comes, of course, from a bit of a technology bias. Like, if you say, okay, I will use this and this will happen, or there is this app which does this, try to understand how this works. If you're using something small in your system, try and understand how it does the job, because then you have context above and below that thing. Okay, this is how it does it, and this is what I use it for, and this is where this thing's place in the world is. And it applies to everything. Like you can replace this with humans. Like, why is this human behaving this way? Because he's a manager who is required to manage people this way, but his manager is like this.
Sure.
So understand why things happen in a certain way.
So someone as a student who wants to start his career, personally, if I have to give a context, I had done my internship recently at a fintech company called Simple, which is Bangalore based. Okay. So even my father works in corporate, and from childhood I've seen how corporate also works. So someone who wants to start his career, should he start from a high pressure startup environment and grow up the hierarchy, or start from a big four or from a big MNC and then switch to startup?
It doesn't matter. What matters is what you're looking for.
Okay.
If you're looking for, like I was saying earlier, 9 to 5 is fine. Like, what is the problem with 9 to 5? It puts food on the table, gives you money for your hobbies, lets you live a happy life. There is nothing wrong with it, right? So if you want to pursue all other things in life, and job and salary is just a way of achieving them, sure, go for the chill job, like whatever, right? But if you are focused and passionate about something, then probably startups are a good way to pursue that. Keep in mind though that working in a startup guarantees nothing. Honestly, typically you'll be underpaid. Typically the startup will fail, with all respect to everybody who's working in this sector. Over a longish period, most startups don't work out, or they stagnate, if not fail outright, right? So working in a startup is not to say ki I will make money. It will guarantee you a lot of learning. It will guarantee you a lot of exposure by and large, but it doesn't imply sort of, I don't know, material success, if you want to call it that.
And the last question for the day, just like Nikhil Kamath asks, if you're today a 20-year-old Indian who wants to start a startup, how should he go with the things?
How should you go about doing things? I think a lot of people are doing it this way, like looking at the current wave of AI technologies and all of this stuff. I would pick a boring sector and try to make a company in it. which is entirely tech powered, right? Not selling software to this guy, right? And this is happening in accounting a lot. I know a lot of my
Yeah.
friends who are doing this. So historically, and even now, like you're an accountant, you have a client, let's say Shoffer. Shoffer will give you all their accounts, make my books, do my P&L, give my balance sheet and all of that. And you will use a software like Tally or Zoho or like whatever the other options are out there, and you will do this job for them. Typically software companies would make software and sell it to this guy, to the accountant guy, right, saying no, my software is better than Tally, right? The new pattern of doing this, and I think it makes a lot of sense, is to say no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to hire 5 accountants and I am going to do this directly, which means that you are no longer a tech company, and you should not think of yourself as tech company. Like for Chauffeur, for example, right? We don't say we are a tech company. We are a taxi company. So step one, embrace the industry that you want to work in. I want to do accounting. Yes, we are an accounting company. But under the hood, we use technology to the teeth,
Yeah.
right? And that is what allows us to charge a premium, do a good job, automate it, scale it very, very easily. So the older ways of saying, for engineers at least, like I'll write software, sell it to this guy, no. Like the best bet today, in my opinion, is to become a domain expert and then sell that domain expertise powered by technology.
I think it's just been a great conversation that we had. A lot of the doubts that I had, a lot of the myths that I had heard about, got clarified, and I believe the same. Even the viewers feel as well. And Mr. Kisley, it's just been an honor, and it was just a pleasure to
Thank you.
have you down here in our campus. I know he stays in HSR layout and coming all the way to the other part of Bangalore to Nagasandra. I know it takes a lot. So once again, on behalf of Christ University Yeshwanthpur campus, I would like to thank Mr. Kisley Verma for being
Thank you
here,
very much. Thank you for having me.
as well as the Media Lab for giving us all the necessary facilities, the director, associate director, dean, associate dean, the whole FLC team, as well as the faculty coordinator of our club, Mr. Narasimha Murthy sir, for helping us out with all the setup and all the permissions and stuff. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments below the kind of guest and what are you looking forward, and any feedback you can give us. Thank you, and this is Neil Fernandez signing out. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.